This video is going to be a little bit different than my normal. Obviously, I'm still going to do some hiking clips and some commentary over it, just different kind of music over it, but I do some commentary on that and talk about God, talk about like my opinions on just things in the world, and this is what I'm going to be doing today. I know a lot of people would be interested in that because a lot of my TikTok followers do subscribe to me on YouTube and do follow my socials. For today's video, we're going to be talking about the epiphany I have of a broken world. Obviously, everyone knows what happened in the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve. Because of that day in the garden, committing the first sin, that made our world broken. The perfect blueprint that God made for us to be fruitful together, to cherish each other. There was no sin, there was no killings, there was no stealing, there was no hate, there was no violence, there was no bad in the world. It was all perfect. It was all up to his plan and up to his workings of the world he built. Everything was absolutely perfect. But that day, because of the temptation Satan put on Eve and eventually on Adam from her biting the apple first, that made our world broken. Obviously, everyone knows, when you look at the news, obviously media is very, very, very controlled. And you got to be careful what you look at and how you take it. You always got to take a grain of salt with every single thing you see online and everything you hear. You can't agree with everything you hear. You got to make sure you know what you're talking about. You got to make sure you know what you're thinking and what you're, going crazy, because it really can take a toll on your mind. It really can take a toll on those kind of things. But what I'm saying is, you see in the world, not even in just news, you see that things are getting worse out here. You see there's way more killings, there's way more violence. Everyone is out to, it really does seem like everyone's out to get you. But the thing is, there will always be a lot more good than bad in the world, and you got to remember that. But the thing is, towards the end, because who knows if we are on the end times. That last video I made on TikTok talking about that it seems like we're getting close to it, but I don't think it's close anytime soon. Literally not even a week after making that video, all the stuff that was happening in the world, with wars, just different weird things happening that I'm not gonna get fully into because I don't want to get off topic. But it really makes me think, are we close? Are we a few years off? Are we close to the calm before the storm, before the war? Are we close to it? And it really makes you think. But the point I'm making is that our world is truly broken, and it seems like things are getting worse. The other day I went with my mom to a pre-funeral, just kind of like a get-together thing to remember the lady who lost her life. She sadly passed in her sleep not too long ago, and she was an amazing woman. I knew her when I was a kid. Don't remember her much because I was only about second, third grade, but from what I remember, she was a very pure person. Obviously, this is very off topic of the big things I'm talking about, but it comes full circle. She was a pure woman. She was a great woman. Always looked out for each other. She always looked out for others. Always looked out for her family. Was a very nice and sweet woman, especially to my mother. And I really do appreciate her doing that in her life, and especially towards the end of her life. And it's truly sad what happened. But obviously, I came with my mom for support of her, and support of the lady in her family, in support of her family too, because she was a great woman. Even though I didn't know her well, or didn't remember a lot of stuff since I was a kid and so young. The point is I'm making, seeing the look on people's faces in that room at that funeral home, seeing the defeat and just the brokenness in the eye bags and the pupils, and it made me think like they are a lot stronger than me. And we all complain about bad things happening, but this person just lost his wife, and these people are grieving a friend, a sister, a mom, and it killed me. And I've been holding a lot inside the last, I want to say, 8 months. There's only been a few times that I've cried, and those times it took a lot out of me. It took multiple months to even get to that point of where tears would actually come out of my eyes and not just stay in there and suck back in. And seeing that after I walked out, there was a few months I felt in my chest that it was coming, and I got into the car, and I just felt absolute dread, because how can such a pure person that does so much good in her life, treats everyone so amazing. Luckily, she passed peacefully, not a brutal or a horrible way. She passed peacefully. Well, that's the best way God could have taken her. But the thing is, she still went. She left this world pretty young, and I know the reasoning. I know that because when Adam and Eve made that decision to make the first sin, and it kicked them out of that Garden of Eden, that made our world truly broken, and there is no divine intervention. God cannot intervene because of free will. We have a broken world full of disease and violence, as I've said. in past videos, and it's tough to deal with. It really is, because it honestly makes it even tougher knowing the truth and knowing why God can't intervene. And the point I'm making is, because of her being such a pure person, it just made me think of all the bad things that have happened in my life, especially the last 8 months. And I'm truly grateful I've got to even experience the bad and the sad, me being angry, anything, any emotion. Another day is a blessing from God. Every day we're living, no matter if it's a boring day, a bad day, a good day, a sad day, that is still a day we're alive. And I'm truly grateful for that. And I'm truly grateful for all my friends and family that have helped me. But the full circle moment here is that because of this broken world, pure people, just like the teacher who sadly passed, get taken out of this world. And the bad, the vile, the murderers, the horrible people who don't see what they're doing wrong, and most of them do know, and they do not try to get a redemption. They do not try to change their ways. They get to thrive. They end up becoming rich, famous, end up having tons of friends, and they get to thrive. But the thing is, at the very end, those people will not thrive at the end. Everyone gets judged at the very end. And we get judged if we took Jesus seriously, we took his teachings seriously, we treated others and his teachings. We realized our mistakes, because I am a sinful person. I've sinned today, I've sinned yesterday, just as a person watching this, and the people who are not watching this. Every person on this planet, no matter who you are, except Jesus, everyone was a sinner on this planet. And people don't want to accept that. They don't. But it really, really took a toll on me. It really took a toll on me, just seeing such a pure person go like that, knowing that the people in the vile, as I've said, get to keep going. And I know it's not fair. We have eternal life at the very end, and the vile, the wicked, as God likes to call them, and that's the best way you could put them, the wicked, they will get their time. The people who have done you wrong and done others wrong and not saw any kind of justice, no matter what they've done to you or you've seen them do to other people, they will get their punishment at the very end. On average, humans will live about to 80 to 100 years. That's how long they got to do their little reign of wickedness and horribleness to people, themselves, and others. At the very end, they will get their time. So just keep thriving, keep trying to go, motivate yourself, look for the things that make you motivated, and motivate yourself for you, not just for others. Find people that build you up, not break you down. That's the best advice I've ever heard from my mother. Find people who build you up, that do not break you down. Your circle has to be clean. You cannot have vile people in there. The people you hang around are the people who will break you down and turn you into exactly what they are. So just remember that. Like I said, I think about this a lot, and I know it's truly not fair, but this world isn't fair. God's original blueprint of this entire planet was fair. It was. But us humans, our temptation and our wants, not our needs, our wants ruined this world. Things are going to get harder. They're going to get scarier. But at the end, we are going to be okay. If anyone's going through tough times, you can always hit my DMs, always comment, and I'll be there to talk to you. But here's some footage you guys can watch, and I hope you all have an amazing day. God bless. Alright, so now I'm getting out of the field. I'm gonna walk more towards the woods. Oh, look. I don't know if it's a baby tomato, or I think it might be, actually. Well, there's a few sets of these kind of plants around here. Oh, there's actually a lot. I'm seeing it. I don't know, maybe it's a type of tomato that's pretty small that can grow in this kind of weather. Make sure I got everything. Yeah, I do. I got most of my stuff in my bag now. But like I said, this has been a lot's been eating at me the last almost year, and meaning to make a video about this, and I know everyone can relate to this, how it truly sucks that the things done to us, most of us don't see redemption for it. Most of us don't see justice for it. And a lot of those people that do the vile acts, they don't try to redeem themselves. A lot of those people don't even realize they've done bad, that they've hurt people, that they've put people in such a dark place that those people don't even feel like being around anymore. And I used to be in the worst hole of my life. And I'm probably about 75-80% of the way there. And I never thought I'd be able to say that. I truly want to live, and I truly want to have motivation to keep going. And I really hope everyone that's gone through similar stuff as me and feel that there's no justice for what they went through, I hope people can truly find peace and maybe even luckily find justice. But I truly mean that. So I think I'm gonna do a little walk through here. I do love how the snow looks, but it is horrid going through any patch of woods, even going outside in Virginia weather. It is absolutely horrid. It's so nice that my footage is not deleting, because if y'all remember not the duo hiking with one of my friends, the solo one, I only got about, I think, 5 minutes of footage. I'm gonna go the other way. But about 5 minutes of footage that time, because my phone, I lost probably about 15-20 minutes of footage, because of course that same night I was trying to get a longer video for y'all, but it was so cold, and my phone does have issues, but it was so cold my phone kept turning off, and that was so annoying, because one of the clips was by itself was just 15 minutes, and it was some pretty good clips. I got some beautiful shots of the snow coming down, and yeah. I didn't realize how big this clearing was. Are we serious? There is a ton of bottles in this forest. See, like Sprite bottles, a lot of not 7-Up, Mountain Dew, and then also Slurpee cups too. It is so hard to get through this area because how many twigs, but I'm just gonna keep going. All right, so I had to turn back. That part was basically putting me in a dead end. So much trash. Nice little secluded area. I'll have to make a video on this part sometime. Oh, it's feathers. I thought that was a sign, like hidden in the leaves for a sec. Dude, these people really like soda, man. Yeah, mountain lighting, I've been in this spot when I was a kid, even before I started truly hiking and obviously making videos. There is someone out here who really likes mountain lightning. It's actually hilarious. It's looks like a bag of charcoal. It's a good thing I'm heading out now. It's already dropped about 6-7 degrees. It's really only affecting my hand, but I need to record. I don't feel like digging in my bag for my gloves right now. Probably on the way back on the road. Definitely put my gloves on. This plant, it is so annoying. I have no idea what it's called. I'm pretty sure it's from South Asia. It is an invasive plant. It has these real big spikes on them. And in spring, it just flourishes. Obviously, everyone knows when birds fly, you know, they'll pick up seeds, eat them, and then they'll poop them out, and they'll fall all over the country and all over the world. And basically, I found out what these plants do. I know, it's funny, I know everything about them, but I don't know the name. They purposely grow by trees. What they do, their roots, they wrap around the tree root and then strangle them and take out all the nutrients and eventually kill the tree. You can see this tree is not doing too well. Look, already looks pretty old. And I mean, yeah, you can pretty much tell like this thing is not in good shape. Yeah, they go after trees that are already dying just to take out the rest of the nutrients, and obviously trees try to come back, especially after winter time. In the springtime they try to flourish back, and this makes it so much easier for this kind of plant to come back. But yeah, these things are so annoying. They're all over, especially Virginia, I've noticed. I really want to find out what these things are called. I do have a when I was still in high school, when I was in sophomore and junior year, I did take first it was a plant science class, and the next it was a landscaping class. She knows so much about plants, obviously being a plant science teacher, and I really want to find out what these things are, because they are all over. And sometimes when they get to like max like flourished, and they're after they've already taken a bunch of nutrients, they almost become like really, really thick. Because you see these very thin with like fuzzy spikes on them. They'll become really, really thick, and they almost have this kind of bamboo texture to them. They're really thin, like you could easily break it, but they grow back. They grow back like a dandelion. Like they'll grow back, and there's pretty much nothing you can do. And how invasive species work is they'll keep doing this, and there's basically nothing we can do, and we just kind of have to accept that that's just part of our environment now, and there's really nothing we can do. So probably next 5-10 years it's just going to be such a common sight, and it's not going to be as spotty anymore. But they're all over my town and the surrounding towns, and eventually just going to become part of Virginia, and eventually the surrounding states' normal plant life. Okay, but I'm finally getting out. Whoa. I'm out of the woods now, and really nice talking about this kind of stuff. Like I said, it's gonna be partial content. I'll do like half and half. I know it's been a while since I've caught something paranormal. I really want to. I mean, I've heard little footsteps here and there, but I'm gonna try to go with decently big groups of the time, deep in the forest, and late at night when it's it's nice enough out. Try to catch something, and probably towards spring when it just stays nice out, I'm gonna do another solo hiking out and try to catch something. But this weather, it's tough. That's why I went midday. I was a little late, so more was like, I think I left about 5. No, I didn't leave at 5. I left at 4:30. So I was out there for about an hour and a half. Would have stayed for the sunset, but like I said, this weather is just terrible. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and y'all stay safe.